'tis almost morning. I should have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird who lets it hop a little in her hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with the silk thread plucks it back again, so loving, jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep in peace, so sweet to rest.
Wonderful!
You were right. I was listening to myself.
Right, not this time. You were great, Josh.
Thank you.
Great.
Jane. Jane, can I see you?
Where do you want the
Yeah, just a sec, Jim. All right, let's set up for the garden scene then. April, it looks great.
I left it right.
Kathy, will you stand up there so I can focus?
These kids are going to be stars. Well, there's some people here that need to see you now.
Now, if I only knew what jives were, we'd be in business.
That really does look fabulous, April.
Thanks.
Must be making some kind of mistake here. No, this can't be happening.
Hey, guys, we gotta move this through. No, I can't do it.
Action 3 News promo, 601, take 9.
Good news, San Diego. Frank Kenley's back, and Action 3 News has him, weeknights at 6 and 11. San Diego's own award-winning journalist, now leading San Diego's premier news team. Bill DeMarco with the weather. Johnny Boggs with sports. Sarah Marks with consumer affairs. Entertainment editor, Paul Kibble.
Stand by, Christine.
Frank Kenley. 2 decades of experience. Back in the city he knows best. Now joined by new co-anchor, Christine Arnold. Frank Kenley and Christine Arnold.
You all right?
Teamwork.
Are you okay?
Good news for San Diego.
It's all right. Cut it. That's a cut. Hey, we got a whole new concept, Eric. Comedy news. Think it'll go in the suburbs?
The show's already a joke in the suburbs. That's why we hired you, fella. Okay, I'm told that we can edit those last 2 takes and go with what we've got. So let's get back to work, please.
What are you laughing at? Thank you.
I'm really sorry, Frank.
Don't worry about it. They don't see our legs anyway.
Frank.
Yo.
Line 4, Melissa.
Thank you. I haven't forgotten. I'm picking up you and the orphans at 7:15, right?
Waifs, not orphans.
Waves. Sorry.
Did you hear they arrested one of our teachers?
No. Who?
Mr. Silas.
Silas?
He teaches drama and he's really neat. April saw them take him away, but no one knows what's going on.
All right, I'll nose around, see what I can find out. Meantime, you guys try to be ready by 7:15, okay? I haven't got very much.
Very much time between shows, right?
Yeah, well, we'll have the whole weekend together. You, me, and the waifs.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Posture, David. Posture.
You try 6 rewrites on 6, senior citizen.
No, thanks. You're the authority.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Listen, did you hear anything about a teacher being arrested today at Plymouth Junior High School?
No, what did he do?
That beats me. A friend of my daughter saw him get picked up. I thought you might know something.
Yeah, he's got town. What's the
Ready for the rundown, Frank.
You're right there. Yes, Frank Kenley from Miss Steckler, please.
Thanks, John. Take care of this as quickly as you can, okay? Yeah.
Frank Kenley on line 2.
Okay, I'll take it.
I was beginning to think I was never going to hear from you again.
Are you kidding? I don't buy just anyone a drink. I said I'd call.
That was a month ago.
I'm a slow dialer. Listen, I want to buy you a second drink.
Okay.
And ask if you know anything about the arrest of a teacher at Plymouth Junior High today.
How did you find that out?
Comes natural to a guy with 23 years in the field and the psychic instinct for news.
Bull.
My kid's classmates saw him get busted.
No comment.
Hey, look, if the guy's been arrested, it's a matter of public record, Joanne. We could always call the police desk.
If I tell you, will you hold it till we investigate?
Why?
It involves a minor. It's dirty. And I can't sort it out in the middle of a media circus. I want time to get this one right, Frank. It's tricky.
All right, you got a deal. What's the story?
2 days ago, a father and his daughter went to the police and told them that the daughter's drama teacher had seduced her. An arrest warrant was issued based on their statements, and the police have booked the teacher on suspicion of statutory rape.
Where's the teacher now?
Out on bail. It's a mess. We're not filing a complaint until we find out what's going on. That's all I can tell you.
All right, thanks a lot, Joanne. Now, when can we have that drink?
Call me when it's purely social. I'd like to pay for cleaning your pants, Frank.
Oh, don't be silly. It goes with the Danish. I dropped there this morning.
I was a model for 4 years, and I still walk on the set like a wino.
Relax. Eric didn't hire you to walk.
I don't ask for much, Frank. Just teach me everything you know in the next 24 hours.
It wouldn't take that long.
The promo looks terrific, folks. We're going to run it 8 times a day for the rest of this sweeps month, and we're going to need it. According to our consultant's phone poll, we lost half a rating point to Channel 12 last night. But I don't want anybody getting down. I told you when I first came here that we will turn this thing around. A, because you people have the ability and guts to do it, and B, because we've brought back the best journalist this town has ever known, Frank Kenley.
I just sing the notes, boss. You write the score.
Oh, all this modesty could be terminal.
David's right. We're still last in this pack train, and I'm getting a little sick and tired of looking at the horse's butt in front. Okay, Sally, go.
All right. Tony's got his package ready on the Brockman Theater demolition.
Did you remember to wear your hard hat, Tony?
You got it.
Good. Look involved.
And Norman's got a wrap on daycare in Spring Valley. Bill's doing a voiceover on the new painting at the City Museum.
Is this the stuff of a sales manager's dream?
And David's working on that award at police headquarters.
Oh, brother. What else have they got there?
Nothing. Oh, they arrested a school teacher at Plymouth Junior High.
For what?
I don't know. They're not talking.
Yeah? I'm interested. Find out why.
Suspected of statutory rape. I got a tip from my kid, and I pried it out of a friend of mine at the DA's office.
We've got an exclusive on this?
As far as I know.
There is a guy. Okay. That's our lead for tonight, Sally. I want a crew over at the DA's office.
Wait a minute. I promised my friend that we'd hold off until they finished their investigation.
Frank, teacher molests girl?
Don't torture yourself. Child molesting's been done to death.
Not in this town. The DA could take days.
I gave my word.
I'll take the heat. Tell him I stole the notes off your desk.
I gave my word.
Okay. It's settled. What else, Sally?
Just, the vegetarian special.
Frank, good show.
Hey, thank you.
Think we should keep the same lead for the 11 o'clock?
Yeah, sure. The theater demolition is still our best local angle.
There's always that teacher's arrest.
Oh, you really are trying to get me in trouble.
Seriously, don't you think it's bad policy to let the DA dictate to us?
No, she didn't dictate. She just asked for time. She'll give us the story when she's got something.
Did she say that?
Eric, I can't burn a source.
You said you found out from your kid.
Whom I've got to pick up for a school dance, by the way.
And if she knows, how many other kids?
Eric.
Let's talk about it when you get back. That's all I'm asking. Let's consider it for the 11 o'clock news, okay?
All right, we'll consider it.
Listen, Frank, what are you doing this weekend? You want to come over and meet the family?
No, thanks. I'm afraid I've got my daughter and her two friends both days. Some other time, though.
Now, let's do it soon. We're fighting the same war. We should get to know each other better.
I'll tell you what. I'm taking the girls out on the boat tomorrow if you and your family want to join us.
Terrific. Will you be offended if I bring some beer?
I'll be offended if you don't. See ya.
See ya.
Listen, your father's here.
How are you, Donna?
Fine. Hurry, I'm coming.
Hi, we're almost ready.
Almost. I told you I'd be here at 7:15.
Yeah, but we had to allow for the S factor.
The what?
Star factor. She adds 40 minutes to whatever time you say. It's almost 8.
You look nice.
Thanks.
So how's the travel business?
Up and down. Thank you. But your investment's safe for now.
That's not why I asked.
Speaking of money, Judy called.
If she needs money, why didn't she call me?
Her tuition's gone up.
I'll take care of it.
Really? I want to be fair. I mean, I know that your salary's dropped from New York.
I can handle it.
Don't let Melissa forget her retainers, no chocolate, and I don't want her calling boys. If she tries,
Give me a break, will you? I'm her father.
part-time is never as good as steady help.
Let's go.
Hey. You good?
Bye.
Goodbye.
Last one to the car's disgusting slut.
Whatever happened to rotten egg?
Frank, it's a really nice thing you're doing.
It's my pleasure. I'll drop him at school Monday morning. And listen, if you like, come see us this weekend. It'll be just me and the orphans.
Waves.
Waves.
No, thank you, though. Have a good time.
I'll see you later.
Mr. Kenley, did you find anything out about Mr. Silas?
Yeah, what about Mr. Silas?
Well, right now, the police aren't saying anything.
Is it drugs?
I'll bet he's the Colombian connection.
Hey, listen, why do you guys call yourselves the Waifs?
Because we're all the products of broken homes.
All three of you?
It's okay, Dad. It's cool to have split parents these days.
Oh, great. I feel lots better.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You can leave your stuff in the car. And listen, I'll pick you up at Karen's house at 11:45, okay?
11:45 plus the S factor.
Get out of here. Have a good time, sweetheart.
Bye.
Get to the front seat, Tony.
Tony.
Hey.
What are you guys doing here?
They sent us back to school. Remedial camera focus.
Really?
We're setting up for an 11 o'clock feed. Eric wants us to get reactions to that teacher's arrest.
All right, I'll see you later, Tony.
See ya. Give us a two-shot, a nice two-shot, okay? All right, good.
What's going on here?
Setting up a live show.
I can see that. What do you think you're doing, Eric?
It's just background in case...
Background? Hell, we could be spreading this story all over the school.
No.
Look, I agreed we'd discuss this. I didn't agree to anything else.
All right. You're right. Let's discuss it. After you left, I realized that if we were going to do something, we needed pictures. So I sent Tony over to the school for background, just in case we decide to do the story. He starts fishing around, and he's already found 2 kids who saw the guy hauled away in the parking lot. The story's out, Frank.
Did any other media show up after I left?
No, but that only gives us a short jump. The police made an arrest. That's all I want to report.
But what if the guy's innocent, for God's sakes?
We'll report that, too. Police don't operate in a vacuum in this country. And what if he's guilty? As a parent, I'm concerned that one of our teachers was arrested for possible rape. Any father would be. Aren't you?
Yeah, sure, I'd like to know about it, but
Exactly. You'd like to know about it, and that's our job. Look, Frank, I have tremendous respect for you as a journalist, but at the same time, I consider us partners. And all I'm saying is, let's break this story. Why? Because I'm scared to death Channel 12's gonna beat us to the punch? I admit that. But our facts are accurate. The public has a right to know, and it's our obligation to report, not judge. That's what I say. But I'll respect your feelings. It's up to you.
Action 3 News. Sports with Johnny Boggs. Weather with Phil DeMarco. And the all-new Action 3 News team, Frank Kenley and Christine Arnold.
Good evening. Earlier today, Action 3 News learned a drama teacher at Plymouth Junior High School has been arrested on suspicion of statutory rape. Details are being withheld at this time by the District Attorney's Office pending further investigation. But Action 3's Tony Romero is at the school dance right now and has this live report.
Frank, news of the arrest of Eugene Silas, Plymouth's drama teacher for 12 years, has sent quite a jolt to the student body. At the dance tonight, the mood could only be described as shock.
Rise and shine, ladies. Breakfast is served.
Geez, you're doing a whole food number.
Yeah, I bought the stuff yesterday. I took out a loan for it the day before.
You're really taking this weekend with the kid thing seriously.
Of course I am, aren't you?
I don't know. Give me a chance to get used to it first.
All right. So what'll it be? I've got a mushroom omelet, bacon, croissants, fresh fruit, you name it.
Just toast. I picked out on junk food last night.
Ah, Karen, what about you?
Oh, no thanks, Mr. Kenley, just tea.
Tea?
I'm on a diet. Palm Beach.
April, some breakfast.
I'm not much of a breakfast eater, Mr. Kenley.
Oh, come on.
Topping the local news.
Sure, that works.
Teacher at Plymouth Junior
Atta
High
girl.
School was arrested and taken
They're talking about
into
Mr.
custody
Silas.
yesterday by local police. He is suspected of statutory rape. News of Silas's arrest was revealed last night by KRKD TV here in San Diego. The district attorney's office has scheduled a special Saturday press conference on the incident at 10 this morning at the county courthouse. In
I
other
still
news,
don't
two
believe it.
sailors were arrested
When that
at sea.
reporter last night said that Mr. Silas raped a girl, I just about died.
Wait a second. What reporter?
The guy from your station.
What do you mean he said your teacher was arrested for rape? You guys already knew that, didn't you? I mean, the word was out at the dance.
Well, we knew he was arrested, but nobody knew what for.
And not until this guy started asking all these questions.
What's statutory rape?
That's when, you know, an adult has,
Sex.
sex with a minor. And even though the minor may consent, the law says it's still rape.
What minor? Was it someone in homeroom? Or second period? It had to be someone in second
Yes,
period.
Frank Kenley from Miss Steckler,
You
please.
think he, you know...
No,
you
she's
think
not
he
there, or
was
no, she's not
or
there
was
for
it
my
something?
call.
Had to get the time.
Who do you think it was?
Had to be after
All right,
school
thank you
hour.
anyway.
Maybe at rehearsal.
Listen, can you guys stand an hour without me?
I thought we were going fishing.
We are, as soon as I get back. Eat some breakfast.
An arrest warrant was issued for Eugene Silas at approximately 1 p.m. yesterday. He was taken into custody at Plymouth Junior High School about an hour later. He was then booked. As you know, he has now posted bail. The complaining witness is a 14-year-old female student of the accused. She's related more than one incident of sexual contact. Her mother and father both support her testimony. More than that, we're not going to say until we have completed our investigation.
What charges have been filed?
None as yet. Mr. Silas is suspected of statutory rape. I want to emphasize that he was placed under arrest based solely on statements made by the alleged victim's family.
Can you identify the victim? We understand she...
Alleged victim. No, we will not identify her. And we are urging the media to use restraint. Crimes against children attach an enormous social stigma to both victim and accused alike. We are asking you to let us do our job until we are ready for further disposition. Thank you very much.
Please.
Got it. Listen, is that good?
Joanne, I tried to call you about this last night.
I don't work nights.
Look, I'm sorry we let the story out, but it was just a matter of time.
Time is all I asked for. What you've done is to shine a spotlight on these people. They're going to freeze like animals.
Look, if I made your job more difficult, I apologize. But we have a responsibility to tell the truth.
We don't know what the truth is. What you've told the world is that one of these people, either a 14-year-old girl or a career teacher, is a criminal.
Maybe one of them is.
The point is, one of them is not.
Great, let's roll.
Christine.
Hi.
Hi.
I saw you watching. How'd I do?
Good. I wouldn't have asked for the name of the girl, though.
Why not?
You can't identify a minor involved in a sex crime, but you did fine.
Great. I love field work.
Hey, speaking of field work, what are you doing here? You're an anchor. You're supposed to be in the studio.
Eric got so charged about the story last night, he felt an anchor should cover the press conference. He's right. We broke it. It's got our brand.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of stories start out hot like this, then fade to a misunderstanding.
Well, this one's alive and kicking. We're doing a spot on child abuse statistics tonight, plus a sidebar on sex for grades scandals.
Hey, wait a second. We don't know if this had anything to do with sex for grades.
True. But we're just saying it's dangerous territory. The point is, Eric is really excited. So am I. Let's go. By the way, we may have our hands on a copy of the police report. See ya.
What kind of fish would eat a poor baby like that?
Oh, a 30-pound tuna.
Great, toss that sucker in there.
And if this doesn't work, we'll think of something else. Like a fish market.
Thanks, Mr. Ross.
Okay.
Snagged him eye.
Atta boy, Charlie. Gonna catch a whopper, huh? Or a cold, one or the other. Beats the East River all the hell, huh?
Yeah, it's not the main reason I left New York, but it'll do. Melissa, you gotta keep that on now. You promised.
So how's the transition been going? Are you happy with it?
I was till this morning.
Look, Frank, I'll be glad to call that deputy DA and tell her that it was my decision.
No, it was mine. I'll just have to live with it. I'm just not comfortable with the way we made it. I understood you to say that the kids at the dance last night already knew their teacher was arrested for rape.
That was my understanding.
Well, just for the record, all they knew was he'd been picked up. They didn't know anything about the charge.
If there's been a miscommunication, I'm sorry.
And now suddenly we're running features on child molesting and sex for grades. We're implying guilt, Eric. Now, I don't want to come on like John of Arc here. I just want you to know I'm a little uncomfortable about all this.
This show's been sleepwalking for over 2 years, Frank. You know that. They brought us in to wake things up. If there's gonna be some leadership around here, let's take the offensive.
No one wants to bring us up more than I, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
Let me think about it, all right? If it bothers you, I'm bothered.
All right.
I remember my first job back in Jersey. I was in sales. Joe Michaels used to rave about you.
Joe! My God, we go way back.
And he said you were the best reporter he ever hired. When the general manager here asked me 3 times to come save his news, I only said yes when he let me hire you. I promise you I'll rethink this teacher thing, starting tonight. Okay?
Okay. Look at that.
I think this is like your boyfriend.
Do that again.
News of the accusation was first revealed on this station Friday night. Silas was arrested during a school play rehearsal that afternoon. Currently, he is free on bail. Students have expressed shock at the charges against Silas, a 12-year veteran
you
of the
guys
school.
remember to clean the fish?
Today, Deputy District Attorney Joanne Steckler said his alleged victim was a pupil.
Complaining witness is a 14-year-old female student of the accused. She's related more than one incident of sexual contact. Her mother and father both support her testimony, and more than that, we're not going to say until we've completed our investigation.
But while the district attorney has refused further comment, Action 3 News has obtained a copy of the police report involving Silas. According to that document, the complaining witness alleges numerous incidents of sexual intercourse with her teacher, including an after-school classroom encounter and a marathon hotel room session at a speech contest held out of town last month.
It's Gretchen Kent.
In other news,
You're kidding. She's the only girl that went to the regionals last month.
I have got to call Maureen. He's not going to believe this.
When he stood up from his console.
Yeah, I'll say.
All right, girls.
Thanks, Mr. Kenley.
You're welcome. Thank you. My pleasure.
Do you have my English book?
Thanks, Dad. I actually had a great time.
This isn't my
You didn't expect to?
I didn't know what to expect.
Well, I had a great time,
Where's
too.
Nancy?
So did Karen and April. They think you're sexy.
Really? I think they're sexy, too.
Careful, you can get arrested for that.
Melissa, this girl, Gretchen Kent, what do you know about her?
She's real rich and real stuck up. We can't believe she's doing this to Mr. Silas.
You think she's lying?
She tried out for the school play, Romeo and Juliet. She really wants to be an actress. And it was down to her and one other girl for the part of Juliet, and he chose the other girl.
When was that?
About 2 weeks ago. And the TV makes it sound like Mr. Silas is the bad guy. I don't think it's fair. She's just getting back at him. I gotta run. Bye.
Have a nice day, sweetheart.
It has to be Gretchen Kent. I mean, I don't believe it.
And don't forget, we still have $100 to give away today. Be the first caller when you hear the money song, and $100 will be yours. Just be the first to call, okay? It's 68 degrees on a partly cloudy Monday in San Diego. Todd Palmer, what's coming up on the news?
Dan, the local school teacher arrested for allegedly having sex with a student now has been suspended indefinitely by the school board. We'll have details at 10. Also at 10, the latest quotes from...
Mr. Silas? I'm Frank Kenley.
I know who you are.
Your address was in the phone book.
You people know no bounds.
Yes, we do. That's why I'm here. Sir, I don't know whether you're guilty or not, but you're certainly entitled to air your side.
Really? And what the hell can I say?
The truth.
And who would believe me? Some kid cries rape, and there I am, another child molester in the parade of scum that you drag out every stinking night.
Sir, child molesting is a stinking crime. I'll admit we've played it up a lot recently in the news.
And the girl who is accusing me has seen every bit of it?
Mr. Silas, for a very long time, we didn't find child abuse when it was there. Now maybe we're in danger of finding it where it is not. If that's the case, I want no part of it. I'm here to listen if you have something to say. I'm alone.
All right. Not here. My wife is upset. I went to college to become an actor. Nothing was going to stop me. Until I spent a summer as a teaching assistant. I loved it. I was Teacher of the Year 3 times, you know. I was the president of the State Drama League. You know, the union sends you warnings enough about this to fill up one of these garbage cans, but you just never think it's going to happen to you. And you help change some diapers, or you hug a kid without thinking about it.
Or reject a girl for the school play.
You know about that?
Is that what happened?
Exactly. And you know what the kicker is? She was the best one for the part. She's good enough to be a pro someday, but I'd already cast her twice. I was just trying to spread it around. I was just trying to do my job.
Listen, why don't you do an interview with me and say that on the air?
I can't. My lawyer won't let me.
But it could help clear your name.
Yeah? And who's going to clear away the picture of me in people's minds, the one that says local teacher arrested underneath it? You know, the trouble with what you guys do, with what you say, you can never take it back. It's always too late.
Get reactions from his neighbors, people who can't believe he's guilty, people who've known him a while. And when Frank gets here, we'll coordinate.
Eric.
Frank, I've got an interview set up for you at the school with the principal.
We need to talk.
He's expecting it.
Now. I thought you were going to reconsider the teacher story.
I did. I decided we have to pursue it. It's news. It's happened. I couldn't stop it now if I tried. You know, our ratings jumped half a point last night. And I think we have a golden opportunity to develop a viewer ID with you on this. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't ask you to go into the field. But if we can interview the principal at the school...
Look, I don't mind going into the field. I do mind getting sued, and I especially mind what we may be doing to that teacher.
What we're doing is reporting.
Right. And because we exposed the complaint, every kid at that school has guessed the victim.
You're kidding. Who is it?
I'm not going to say. I'm sorry I opened my mouth in the first place. Now you want me to go on the tube and help nail this guy, and we're not even sure he's guilty.
With all due respect, Frank, that's not for us to decide. If he's innocent, let him prove it in court.
He's not on trial yet. In fact, the DA's not even sure they're going to press charges.
Then make that part of your interview with the principal. Take his side if you want. But we can't ignore this. It's too important.
To whom?
To the community.
The community is handling this, Eric. Who it's important to is to us, to our ratings, right?
As a matter of fact, yes.
That's Bush League, Eric.
Meaning what? It wouldn't happen in New York?
Not where I worked.
You're not in New York anymore, Frank. And to be honest with you, you're not in New York because your ratings dropped. Now, I know I come here from places like Syracuse and Jacksonville, but I'll tell you this, I made a winner out of every one of them.
By turning them into supermarket tabloids?
By aggressive reporting. I don't duck, Frank.
Neither do I, especially responsibility. I won't interview that principal, Eric.
Excuse me, you guys ought to be out there. All hell is breaking loose.
What?
The DA's just announced that they're charging that school teacher with 19 counts. Everything from stat rape to buying booze for a minor. Wires are going crazy.
We've got some work to do. Are you coming?
I'd like everybody to take a look at this. We ran this ad yesterday morning. I'm very proud to tell you that as of the 11 o'clock show last night, you people are now producing the #2 newscast in San Diego.
Yes!
You know, in all my years as a general manager, I've never seen a faster turnaround in a local news. And by the way, the rating points you gained, that very well could mean an extra $500,000 in revenue over the next year. I hope that all this noise is for the real heroes in this. Frank Kenley. Our own Christine. And a very, very special thanks to Eric Ross.
Thank you, Gordon. We're not finished yet.
We've got 12 more days till the end of sweeps. Any chance of number one?
I'd say we've been challenged.
Good evening. Neighbors of Eugene Silas, the San Diego school teacher accused of seducing a female student, are still in shock this afternoon in the wake of his arraignment on 19 criminal counts. Tony Romero was there.
Behind me is the residence of Eugene Silas. Standing with me is Mrs. Marcely Ferguson, who has lived next to Silas for
12 years, and he's always been just a perfect gentleman.
Has he ever entertained kids here?
This sort of thing is relatively uncommon but not unheard of. What a teacher can exploit, of course, is a student's trust. So it's up to the parents to be on the...
What techniques might a teacher use to seduce a student?
Well, we have cases on record of teachers...
Excuse me. Earlier today, you folks agreed to talk to the press on condition we not use names. Why have you come forward at this time?
We wanted to take some pressure off our daughter and make sure this teacher is fully prosecuted.
Are you worried about the effects of a trial on your daughter?
Yes, but when something like this happens, you can't walk away.
How did you first learn that your daughter was involved with Mr. Sutton?
The district attorney has asked us not to talk about that. Thank you.
And so the parents of the girl, like the rest of us, await the preliminary hearing scheduled for Tuesday.
It was in this room, according to the statement of charges, that Silas spent 3 nights with the young girl during the regional speech competition. Here, according to the police, they engaged in repeated acts of sexual intercourse. Well, we've finally done it.
What?
We're actually peeping in bedrooms now.
Well, maybe we could cut back to the street shot.
No. It's straight from the record. Fair game.
It's gamey, all right. Did you write this, David?
I had help.
You actually think anybody's gonna look at that shot, at that bed, and change the channel on us? Would you?
I've about reached that point, yeah.
Fine. That's all any other viewer has to do.
Let's try it again.
Try it again. My kid was watching TV with her friends this weekend. It's like they were glued to an episode of Days of Our Lives. Lust in the classroom, the forbidden teacher. Thank you, sir. And it was our show, David, a news show.
Oh, come on now, Frank. Every sweeps month we go through this. Vasectomy, vacation hotspots. We hype the ratings 4 times a year and charge our advertisers accordingly.
Yeah, but this wasn't a puff piece. It was hard news.
People know the difference.
How the hell can they tell the difference if we treat them both the same way?
They know, Frank. Believe me, they know. My favorite public official.
We've got to get the deposition by next week. I don't care how you get it. Just get it for me, all right?
Yeah, I'm not so sure I like us any more than she does right now.
You must be great fun at parties these days, Frank. It's not just us, Frank. 2020 does an in-depth study of Cher's Broadway opening. 60 Minutes does Johnny Carson. People need some of that.
Yeah, we deliver. We pace ourselves like a vaudeville act. Sexy anchor lady followed by comedy weather. How in the hell did all this nonsense get started in the first place?
It started the night that Cronkite sat down and said, "You are there." TV is schizo, always has been. Riptide, Rather, it all comes from the same box. Monty Hall was once an anchorman. Mike Wallace was a game show host. You go figure that out.
You know, I was on the floor the year Cronkite did the 72 convention. He had credibility, David. We're losing that.
No, we're not. There are good news broadcasts all over this country. We just happen to be working for one P.T. Barnum in one market.
Yeah, well, I'm in the news business, not show business.
Mm-hmm. And how much did your agent negotiate for this latest news job of yours?
Shut up, David.
Oh, shut up. Nice. To a senior citizen, shut up.
You pick up the...
Thank you. It's very kind of you. I can't afford it. You're making all the money. Yeah. Just keep laughing while I'm poor.
Might be flooded.
So am I, and I still work.
Yeah, but your battery isn't run down.
How would you know?
It's late, and you have the Silas hearing in the morning. Can I give you a lift?
No. You can give me a push.
Are you sure you should be driving? Come on.
So, where's your car?
Over here. You want to go straight home, or should I stop for something to eat?
Straight home.
Just thought I'd ask.
Why is it you're always asking the right question at the wrong time?
It's a special talent I have with women, which I only discovered after my divorce.
Well, your timing can only get better. Keep trying.
I will.
If you don't agree with this news director guy, why don't you quit?
Oh, no. I've got a 2-year contract I couldn't break with a sledgehammer. Besides, this is my home. Or it was, before I asked my ex-wife to travel the road to success with me 20 years ago.
Why'd you break up?
The road never ended. There was always a better job, a bigger market, and the network was sure to follow. She finally got tired of the trip.
So now you're fed up with the road, too?
Not fed up, exactly. I'm scared.
Of what?
The direction I'm traveling. I didn't leave New York willingly, Joanne. I bombed out. It happens in my profession. I just never thought it would happen to me. Now I spend a lot of time thinking it might happen again.
You want my opinion?
Yeah.
I've seen your work. Don't worry about that.
Thank you.
This is usually the spot where the lady invites the gentleman in for a drink.
But you've got the Silas hearing tomorrow.
Could we table it for another night?
Sure. Good night, Joanne.
Good night.
Hey, wait a second. You're gonna need a ride to the courthouse in the morning. Let me pick you up.
No, Frank, I can take a cab.
Don't be silly.
No, really, it's out of your way.
No, it's not. I'd be happy to.
Really, it's not necessary.
Okay. See you.
Frank. I'm going to ask for a dismissal tomorrow.
Are you serious?
The teacher's attorney dropped a grenade on us this afternoon.
What happened?
It seems our complaining witness moved here 2 years ago from a special school, a school for emotionally disturbed kids. She was put there because she claims some jealous friends cheated her in a school contest. According to her doctor, the claim was made up.
So you think she's trying to frame Silas?
I don't know, but if I bind him over for trial now and he gets off, I can never try him again. So we're buying time and trying not to drink too much. Some news, eh?
Thanks for telling me, Joanne.
Thanks for the ride.
And so today, the district attorney dropped all charges against school teacher Eugene Silas. Okay, Bob, why don't we go over here and we can get this, Wait a second, here they come. Let's get this. Excuse me, Tony Romero, Action 3 News. Why do you think the charges against your client, Mr. Silas, were dropped?
Simple. The district attorney had no case. Their witness had a history of mental problems, and I think they finally realized that no jury would believe her.
So you're satisfied this is now behind you?
Yes, we are, everywhere but on Channel 3.
Are you saying the media has acted irresponsibly in this case?
Not the media, Channel 3.
Are you willing to take your dissatisfaction to court?
No, I avoid exercises in futility, but I will tell you this. I will make sure the court and the local authorities are aware of your irresponsible...
And then it degenerates into a spitting contest. So I'm clipping after the lawyer says he's satisfied.
Seemed to me it was just getting interesting.
Oh,
You take 2 aspirin and call me in the morning.
right, good. Go, leave, get away, go.
I know.
You can find somebody to run this place better, hire them.
In another week, I might have to.
Fine, see if they can raise the rating a month.
What are you talking about yesterday?
Do I miss my mark, or does Eric seem a bit defensive?
A guy here who's in rebellion against me. I mean, it's really driving me crazy.
Sex in the schoolroom was Eric Ross's trip to the big time. It looks like he just lost his ticket.
Look, I've got too many things going on, and the story is dead. It's not working anymore.
The city's budget has been discussed, debated, examined, re-examined, and now it's time to act. The city council can't have it both ways, either raise taxes or cut services. Unpopular work, but somebody's got to do it, and it's their job. I'm Frank Kenley.
And I'm Christine Arnold. That's it for the 6 o'clock edition. Join us again for Action 3 News at 11.
We'll have an update on that chemical fire in Chula Vista, a special look at San Diego's most popular disc jockeys, and Norma Mays with a continuing series on breast cancer.
See you at 11.
We're clear.
We walked away from another one, kid. Thank you, Joe.
Frank, I need to talk to you.
Thank you.
I just got a call from Martin Kent.
Who's he?
The father of the girl Eugene Silas seduced.
Oh, come on, Eric. That's over for us.
He's willing to go on camera with his daughter.
A 14-year-old child?
That's exactly what he wants. He's given us permission. They're giving it to us exclusive. And I'd like you to do the interview.
No, thanks.
Why?
It's up to the authorities now.
The DA dropped the charges.
But they're continuing to investigate. If we put that kid on TV now, we could get right in the way of what they're trying to do.
This man and his child have a story to tell. If half of what they say is true, Eugene Silas is getting away with a reprehensible crime. That doesn't interest you as a journalist?
I'm curious. Did you call this father or did he call you?
What's the difference?
Maybe it's the difference between reporting news and creating it.
Frank, I'm getting very tired of this. We're a mass medium. The more people we reach, the more get our message.
It's the message I'm worried about.
The message is we sell soap. What do you think pays your salary, pays your kids' dental bills? You can wax noble till the rest of us throw up. The truth of the matter is we're a business, a free enterprise in America. And as a businessman, I want to be #1, and so should you. We sell soap.
At what price?
At the going rate. I put on what I think people want to see. If I'm wrong, I'm gone. But I haven't been wrong, and the ratings show it. They're watching. And by watching, they're saying, yeah, show us more. Who are you to judge those people? This station is taping Martin Kent and his daughter tomorrow, with or without you. The interview's gonna hit this market like a tidal wave. I don't want to waste a splash on anyone I can't count on for the future.
Hold still.
I am.
You're not. You are wiggling all over the place. I can't get a straight line.
Do you think this is short enough?
Watch your hand.
It's dead. Ow.
Keep your hands away, please.
Hi. What's this?
We're having an ancient history party at Karen's Saturday.
What are you, a slave girl?
No, it's a 60s party.
That's about short enough, isn't it? You look more like a cocktail waitress than a flower child.
Really? Let me see.
Anybody seen my shawl and cane?
No, you want to borrow mine? Is it the weekend already? What brings you by?
Old habits, I guess. Listen, Donna. Something's come up I need to talk to you about. I'm having some real difficulty with this news director, so I may have to make a move.
You have a 2-year contract. They can't make you move.
Unless I agree to it. I can't work with this guy, honey. I'm losing my credibility. But there are some other stations in the chain.
You want to leave?
No, I don't want to leave. But I could finish up the agreement out of town and still make the same contract money, which is more than I can make anywhere else right now.
Do you know what'll happen? If you leave her again, you will destroy the last chance you have of being a father.
Oh, come on. I could fly home weekends and holidays.
You think she is a vacation condo? She is your child. You haven't frozen that one out yet. She loves you. You came back here. You promised her things. You charmed her. You...
Melissa!
Just be yourself.
Are you nervous?
Yes, a little.
You look beautiful.
Everything's gonna be fine. Oh, excuse me. When do we meet Mr. Kenley?
He should be here in just a second. Where the hell is he?
He's right there.
Hi, John. Icebreakers first, and suck them in with the hard stuff.
I know how to do an interview, Eric.
So let me be sure I have this straight. Gretchen's here, and I'm over here. The camera's back there, but...
Frank Kenley, Martin Kent.
How do you do?
How are you?
His daughter, Gretchen.
Gretchen?
Hi, pleasure to meet you.
Bob?
I watch you all the time.
Really? Well, you hope someone's watching. You never know.
Frank's too modest. His ratings have been climbing since he came back to town.
Well, we certainly respect you, Mr. Kenley. That's why I told Mr. Ross we wouldn't agree to talk to anybody but you.
Well, that's very flattering, Mr. Kent. Would you excuse me? Talk to you for a second, please?
It's so funny meeting him in person.
Yeah. Seems like a nice man, though.
I seem to recall you're saying if I didn't do this interview, you'd get someone else.
I could have changed their minds if it were necessary.
You don't get it, do you?
What?
We are here because these people trust me, and they trust me for all the reasons I'm against this.
We've got a legitimate story here, Frank.
You know, Eric, I came out here wanting to make it work between us, but I can't do this.
Look, we've trotted out these poor people. Let's just shoot it.
What's the point?
Do the interview. I'll give you complete editorial control. You can edit the stuff yourself, whatever you decide.
Are you serious? And what if I decide to burn it?
That's your decision. You want to make this work? Play ball with me, Frank. That's fair and you know it.
Were there any other sexual encounters with Mr. Silas besides the speech trip in the classroom?
Yes.
And where did they take place?
He took me to a lake once, after rehearsal. He wanted to take some pictures of me. He was a photographer, too, really good. He took some of me with a picnic basket, and then some in the water, without clothes. And that just led to it.
Any other times?
One. His wife was out of town. We went to his house. His studio.
Mr. Kent, what did you think your daughter was doing during all this?
Working on a drama project. Gretchen's always been interested in acting stuff.
Is that part of the reason you're going public now, Gretchen? For the limelight?
No, that's not it. We're going public because my daughter's been taken advantage of and the authorities don't seem to be doing a thing about it.
Why didn't you tell the authorities about Gretchen's hospitalization 2 years ago?
That's all in the past.
But you had to know it would present a credibility problem, an incident of false accusation?
False. It wasn't false.
Gretchen's completely recovered from that experience. It has nothing to do with this.
3 girls I thought were my friends voted against me. I did the best speech in the school contest. Everyone agreed, and they cheated me.
And now you're saying, in effect, Mr. Silas cheated you.
Out of her innocence, you're damned right.
Why would he take that risk?
Who knows?
After 12 distinguished years as a teacher?
He took advantage of me.
Why did he pick you, Gretchen? Why do you suppose these things keep happening to you?
I'm not the only one.
What do you mean?
I'm not the only girl in school.
You never told us there were others, honey.
How do you know there were others, Gretchen?
In his studio. When we were at his house. He left to get takeout. I got kind of bored and I found pictures of the others in his desk. Nude pictures.
Did you tell this to the district attorney?
No,
Why not? If you knew he'd had sexual encounters with other girls, why didn't you tell the DA?
because I didn't want a rat, okay? I know what it's like to be the girl everyone hates. I didn't want to go through that again.
Did you recognize these other girls?
Two of them. One graduated last year. Her name's Lynn Kruger. The other girl hangs around backstage a lot. Does scenery. Her name's April something. April Gibbs.
David, hurry up. Good. Christine, forget the other promo. We'll go with this.
Shocking development in San Diego teacher scandal. Details at 6.
Terrific.
I found pictures of the others. In his desk. Nude pictures.
Wait a second, Paul. Let it run. It's coming Did you up. tell the district attorney about this?
No.
Why not?
Got 30 minutes to cut this, guys.
It's a bombshell, Eric.
Tell me about it.
I mean, it could blow right up in our face. Did you recognize these other girls?
Two of them.
That's going to be your lead, right?
No.
But that's the heart of it, Frank. That's the story.
There's no way I'm going to identify two 14-year-old girls like that.
Of course not. We'll bleep their names.
Gretchen Kent could be fabricating the whole thing.
Do you think she's making that up? Be honest.
We're not in the guessing business, Eric.
Frank, the DA's returning your call on line 2.
Thank you.
Wait a second. You're spilling this to the DA?
I want Joanne Steckler to know there might be other victims.
Let her watch it on the air. Maybe she'll get off her butt and go to work. We can be the catalyst. Don't let her mess with this, Frank.
Joanne?
So, where's the interview? We're losing time.
Give me a second, all right?
What are their names? Lynn Kruger, Kruger, and April Gibbs.
And you say they graduated?
Kruger did. Gibbs is still in junior high. I know this girl personally, Joanne. She's a friend of my daughter's.
All right, you know what happened before. I'm asking you again to hold this till we investigate.
I can't keep a lid on this for long.
Give me time to talk to them before they panic, please.
You got maybe 24 hours. Can I talk to April?
No, let me talk to her first.
All right. 24 hours, Joanne.
All right.
All right, do that. Put it on the screen, then pump it up. Yeah, that didn't have okay.
It's now 28 minutes to air, Frank. I need my interview.
I cannot run it as is, Eric. I want to try to get Silas to answer the girls' charges on tape and intercut them.
That's going to take a day or so.
I'm sorry. The piece cries for balance.
And a day is just what you promised the DA.
You were listening? Don't you think that's kind of low?
Not as low as failing to tell the truth to protect someone you know.
It's my decision, Eric. I'm not running that girl as is.
I already promoed the break, you bastard! What are you trying to do to me?
You get the story tomorrow.
When you hired me, you bought my best judgments. That's what I'm giving you. You're right. We paid Frank a lot of money. And I think he stands for quality. And quality sells. But there are times when you just have to decide between Emmys and profits, and I think this is one of those times, Gordon. When I got here, the first thing you told me was the news had to pay for itself from now on. Well, I accepted those ground rules then, and I accept them now. As long as I can manage this team my own way. Agreed? Thank you, Gordon.
The birth occurred at 8:05 this evening, and both mother and child are reported in excellent condition. That's it for News at 11. Join us tomorrow at 6 for an exclusive interview with the San Diego student who's claimed rape and the teacher she accuses. I'm Frank Kenley.
And I'm Christine Arnold.
Good night.
Okay, let's go home.
Night, David.
Frank? Good show.
Thanks. Listen, about earlier.
No hard feelings.
Good, I'm glad. I've arranged to interview Silas tomorrow morning if you want to come along.
No, you know what you need.
All right. I'll have the package ready for you at 3.
Fine.
Good night.
Nice show, Johnny.
I really thought the piece was terrific. You did a wonderful job with it.
Christine?
I'll see you later.
What time are you coming in tomorrow?
About noon, right after the mayor's conference.
Forget the mayor. I need you at 10. The crew will pick you up.
Okay. Before.
Hard news.
April, tell me. There's nothing wrong. You know, you always cry when you comb your hair. My mom and me went to my aunt's house last night. When we got home, this district attorney lady called. She wants to talk to me at noon. What about? Mr. Silas. Why you? I don't know. No big thing. They're probably talking to lots of girls. Tell them the truth. Everyone knows anyway. What? That he's running a white slave ring, shipping girls off to the Orient. Confess. Come on, we'll make some out. Is your mom picking you up? Yeah, she has to take off work. She was not thrilled.
Excuse me, April Gibbs?
Yes?
I'm Christine Arnold from Action 3 News. Could we ask you some questions?
Me? Why me?
You're a student of Mr. Silas's, right?
Yes.
I'd like some opinions on his classroom ability, behavior, stuff like that. Would you talk with me about him?
Go ahead, April. Stand up for the guy. Do I have to?
No, of course not. But why not?
Come on. Okay.
Good. Why don't you step over here?
Hey, check it out. Channel 3.
You're currently a student of Mr. Silas's, correct?
Yes.
Is Mr. Silas a good teacher?
Yes. I think he's good. Real good.
Have you ever heard of Mr. Silas photographing any of his students?
Photographing?
We've talked with another student who says she's seen nude pictures of certain female students at Mr. Silas's house. How do you respond to that?
I don't understand.
Have you ever been photographed by Mr. Silas? This same student says she's seen pictures of you in the nude at his house.
No!
You've never posed for any pictures for Mr. Silas. So this student is lying, is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, he took some pictures of me at a lake once.
When?
Last summer.
What kind of pictures?
They were art pictures, like the Greeks.
How were you dressed?
In a sheet.
For all of the pictures? Did you ever take the sheet off? Did you appear nude in any of these photographs taken by Mr. Silas?
Yes, but they were art pictures.
Did you ever have any sexual relations with Mr. Silas at any time? Has he ever touched you?
Yes, we had sex. Is that what you want? And it was beautiful. Not like you're saying. He cares. What is this? He really cares. Leave him alone.
You're due at your teacher interview, Frank.
I'm out of here.
Line 3, Frank.
I'm not out of here. Frank Kenley.
April won't stop crying.
Melissa, what's wrong?
Your station questioned her in front of the entire school. How could you do that?
All right, you stay with April.
The tie-in to last Friday night's movie was terrific, but we're still dragging. We need more pace, people. A minute 10 a story, no more.
What did you do?
Take it easy, Frank. I was expecting you.
What did you do?
I made a difficult decision. I gave the Silas story to Christine.
I don't care who you gave it to. You just traumatized a 14-year-old girl in front of her school.
Mobile 2, this is base.
We just struck gold, Eric. You're gonna eat it up.
What happened? Where did you interview her?
Where? In the parking lot. I stayed off campus and she confessed in spades to the photos, having sex, the works.
On camera?
Yep.
Was she upset?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was sad, but the emotion of the thing is just incredible. Wait till you see tape.
She okay?
Yeah, I think so. She's a kid. She'll get over it. We'll be in 10 minutes.
All right, base clear.
She is not okay.
Sally, free an editor.
You can't use it, Eric.
Give me a chance to look at it first. We can always shadow her face.
Everybody at the school already knows who she is.
All right, it's unfortunate. We should have interviewed her in private. Christine is inexperienced.
Then why do we have her out there?
Because you wouldn't do it!
You are not going to sacrifice this child in the name of ratings, Eric.
We can't do our job without hurting people sometimes.
I am going to have no part of this.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means forget the story, give the whole damn anchor desk to Christine.
Look, we've worked our tails off to make you #1 in this market. We've spent thousands of dollars promoting you.
I want out!
You're under contract, Frank. You walk, I'll sue you, your agent, your union. You're not dumping us. I can't let that happen.
Everything on your terms, huh, kid?
Let me know the minute that tape gets here.
Gibbs residence.
Melissa,
Yeah.
how's April?
Asleep. The doctor gave her a shot. I want to stay with her all night.
Do you have a way to get to school in the morning?
I don't know.
Give me the address. I'll pick you up.
It's 3830 Brewer Drive.
3830 Brewer.
Eric, this is Miss Riegert and Mrs. Gibbs.
Melissa, where is April's mother right now?
With the district attorney.
Well, listen, I'm very happy that you're with April. You're a good friend.
Yeah. One of us had to be.
I'll see you in the morning, sweetheart. Bye.
I understand what you're saying, but you have to understand my position.
I'm begging you, Mr. Ross. Don't show that film. Don't hurt my daughter anymore. She's not strong. Why do you think that man picked her in the first place?
Maybe we can help find out why.
That is not your job, it's ours.
Forgive me, Miss Steckler, but why weren't you doing it?
Because unlike the press, Mr. Ross, we have rules. We're in the legal process of refiling charges against Eugene Silas. If you air that interview, you're not only going to hurt April Gibbs, you could negate her testimony in court later on.
You wouldn't be in court if it weren't for us. Because we kept this story alive, a dangerous man is now going to be prosecuted. I'm terribly sorry about your daughter, Mrs. Gibbs. But I'm a parent, too. And I'm glad to be part of protecting the children of this community.
I don't know what's thicker, the pile on your carpet or the horse manure you just spread. You're not interested in protecting children. You couldn't care less.
I didn't rape these girls, Miss Steckler.
No, but you're willing to exploit them.
Nor did I invent this story. There's nothing I can do about it now. And neither can you.
I can go to a judge and get a restraining order to prevent you from airing that interview.
You can try. That's the system. Thank God it usually protects a free press.
Ambush interview of a minor? I could see a judge keeping it off the air.
It's worth a try. Come on, let's go.
Did you hear whether the DA's convinced that judge?
Not yet.
Frank. About this teacher's story. For what it's worth, I'm beginning to think you're right. We've gone too far.
Thanks, Tony. I don't think he's in the majority, but I'll take the vote.
You can't blame these people, Frank. A lot of them think that their jobs depend on making number one. A lot of them are probably right.
David!
What about you, Dave? What do you think?
I think that we got the DA off her tail. That's what we're supposed to do. I think we have a fair right to that interview, Frank.
David, we got a deadline here.
On my way.
Frank, line 4, Joanne Steckler.
Thank you. Joanne.
According to Judge Kleinhurst, to bar Channel 3 from broadcasting this interview would be a constitutional violation, commonly known as prior restraint. Close, but no cigar.
Oh, Joanne, I'm so sorry. I am really very, very sorry, Julian.
Action 3 News team, Frank Kenley and Christine Arnold.
Good evening. Today, Action 3 News has learned there may be other teenage victims in the classroom scandal that has rocked Plymouth Junior High School in recent weeks. Christine is here with this new development.
Frank, it all began during our exclusive interview with the original witness against San Diego teacher Eugene Silas. For the first time, this alleged victim named 2 other teenage girls she believes were sexually involved with Silas. Here is today's reaction from one of those young women, whose identity we are, of course, going to guard.
Have you ever been photographed by Eugene Silas?
He took some pictures of me at a lake once.
Did you appear nude in any of these photographs?
Yes, but they were art pictures.
Have you ever had sexual relations with Eugene Silas at any time? Has he ever touched you?
Yes, we had sex. Is that what you want? And it was beautiful. It's not like you're saying. He cared. I know he cared.
This young woman, whom we interviewed outside Plymouth Junior High, is a current student of Eugene Silas, and apparently one other girl named by the complaining witness is a former student.
Today at City Hall, a dispute over city taxes. We'll be right back.
Clear?
Morning, sweetheart. April's not going to school?
No, I don't think she's up to that.
Mrs. Gibbs, I'm very sorry about the interview. If it means anything to you, I was against it.
It doesn't mean much, Mr. Kenley.
Is April's mother going to stay with her?
Until she has to go to work.
Did you know anything was going on between April and this guy, Silas?
I knew he was her favorite teacher. I just thought she spent a lot of time on plays.
Are you disappointed in her?
No.
In me?
I think TV news stinks.
Most of the time, TV news is good, Melissa. Most of the time, it's worth it.
Was it worth it all the times you weren't home? Or losing Mom?
That's hard to answer.
Not for me.
Make sure you get everybody in the picture now, all right? This is the cake. Frank, take about 2 or 3 shots. Make sure you got them. All right, everybody, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Cheers! There we go. 1 or 2 more. Woo! Make sure that you get everybody in the shot now, all right? Cake. Good. How was that? Was that okay for you?
There he is.
We've been waiting for you, Frank. According to our poll, the 11 o'clock show last night reached the top. We're getting an ad ready for the papers once the ratings come out. Take the throne. I've just been a stand-in.
Come on, Frank, have a drink.
Come on, folks. Let's hear it for San Diego's #1 anchor. Hey.
Hello?
Hello, April Gibbs?
Yes?
I saw you on TV last night. You were nice looking. Nice.
Who are you? How did you get my name?
Asked around the school. You're real popular right now. Are you alone?
No.
Oh, gee, that's a shame. 'Cause you and I ought to get together.
Please.
You like teachers? I can teach you, April. I know girls like you. Try me. You'll love it.
Sally? Excuse me. This is my commentary for the 6 o'clock show. It runs 102. I can stretch it to 110 if you need it.
Thanks. Great. Frank, I'd like you to know that I am sorry
About what?
about taking over the Silas story. It was not my idea. It was all Eric's.
I understand.
Whatever happens, I do appreciate what you've taught me.
And what would that be? I recall trying to teach you not to identify a minor, but you didn't learn that, did you?
I made a mistake. It won't be my last.
I'm sure it won't.
What is it about me that you don't like, Frank? Am I too young? Too pretty?
You're not pretty, you're gorgeous, and that's why you're on the air. You're a triumph of style over substance, Christine.
God, are you arrogant? Who needs this holier-than-thou crap?
This job is not your own personal fantasy island, Christine.
3830 Brewer Drive. We got a female Caucasian, 14, cut red. ETA 4 minutes, pulse 140.
Sally, what was that address?
3830 Brewer Drive. Henry, we may have a teenage suicide. Who we got available?
6 units, flow negative, ready. Roger, 6 units, flow negative. Say, look, she's going into shock. We need a bit of
Can I talk with Melissa?
She's in with April. She said she'd call you back. She's upset.
What's April's condition?
Are you asking as a friend or a reporter?
Come on, Joanne.
It's critical. They're waiting for her to stabilize.
Waiting or hoping?
I don't know.
Haven't you done enough? Haven't you done enough to my daughter? Get out! Get out!
Hello, Joanne.
Get out! You're scaring her! Get out! I'm gone!
What's going on there?
Your camera crew just arrived. My God, there's no end to it.
Joanne, meet me at the recess bar in 10 minutes.
Are you serious? Don't you have a broadcast?
Meet me in 10 minutes.
I think the Segway works better. I don't like it the other way. That should do it.
Frank, we need you for a news break at 4:30.
Get Christine. I've got a meeting with the deputy district attorney.
Wait a second. About what?
Business.
We've got a show to do at 6.
I'll be back.
Is this about the kid? The DA's got no action against us.
The land will be cleared by early next year and returned to nature for all generations to come.
Alleged schoolgirl sex victim attempts suicide. Exclusive tape at 6.
Action 3 News, good news for San Diego.
People keep yelling about TV news as liberal bias. We're not biased towards the left. We're biased towards sensationalism. What's hot, what grabs, where the action is.
Frank, I've got work to do. There's a better time for this.
I don't think so. This is a wake after all.
For April? No, the doctors think she's going to make it.
Not April. Never leave an Irishman in mid-drink. You might miss the inspiration.
There he is. Tell Christine to go back to the first script. Where the hell have you been?
Thank you. It's 4 minutes till air.
I had a meeting.
This is a contract violation, Frank. And I'll tell you something else. The DA's got business with this station. She can talk to me.
She doesn't trust you.
Ah, she trusts you? Why does that bother me?
Line 5, Frank.
Who is it?
Joanne Stickler.
Thanks, I'll take it. Do you mind? Yeah, Joanne.
I just got back to my office. Are you ready for this?
What's that?
I get a call from someone at the county sheriff's pornography task force. It seems they've been staked out downtown for a week.
Yeah, so?
The sheriff finally raided this warehouse on K Street this afternoon, and among all the other garbage, they turned up Silas's pictures.
What?
Apparently, Silas's photographs weren't just for the privacy of his bedroom. He sold them.
To whom?
To the owner of the warehouse, a man named Cabrillo. Juan R. Cabrillo. I understand the sheriff's on his way out to this guy's residence in Point Loma to pick him up. I thought you'd like to know.
Yeah, well, I don't owe these people a thing, Joanne. Give it to Channel 12.
What?
I said give it to Channel 12. I'm sorry, I won't touch it. Thanks anyway.
Okay, no. 3, 4, 6, 15 seconds. No, we'll take it all the way to 10. Thanks, Joe.
And 10 seconds.
Christine, I'm changing your lead.
We're almost on, Eric.
Read it cold. You can do it.
Action 3 News.
There's a change?
Sports.
Do you want me to wing Christine's intro?
Weather.
No, you don't have to touch this, Frank.
And the all-new Action 3 News 4, Frank Kenley and Christine Arnold.
2.
Good evening. A 14-year-old girl who may have been sexually involved with her San Diego schoolteacher today attempted suicide. The young woman, a student at Plymouth Junior High School, was admitted to St. Luke's Hospital this afternoon in critical condition. Her wrists lacerated. Christine Arnold, who has followed this startling story from the beginning, has more.
Frank?
But before Christine startles you, there's something you ought to know. She'll read the who, when, and where of a near tragedy. What Christine will not be telling you is the why, so I will. Somewhere in this country every day, the press faces a choice between your right to know and what's best for society. The girl in this story wasn't just a victim. She was a potential witness, and more, a minor. She deserved to be protected by the media. Instead, she was implicated yesterday by this station in a criminal affair. Today, she tried to kill herself.
Go to commercial, now.
The subject in this story didn't cut her wrists by herself, though. She had help from that rare kind of broadcaster who, charged with informing the public, instead panders to its lowest instinct. They say it's good business, but it's bad journalism. The shame in this story doesn't belong to that girl lying in St. Luke's. It's ours, yours, and mine. Over to you, Christine.
And we're away.
That's it. You're fired. Get out.
Now?
Now.
Thank you. Johnny? David?
What are we doing here?
Eric?
Read the lead I gave you. Give her the rest of Kenley's stories. He's through.
Are you sure you know what you're doing, Frank?
Yep.
Who in this town is going to hire you now?
Everybody. You made me the #1 anchor in San Diego, remember?
Go ahead, then. We're happy to pay you off. Good luck finding a home for that Edward R. Murrow act of yours. And if I appear optimistic, it's because Christine equaled your name and recognition in yesterday's survey.
I figured as much when you cut me loose. You're nothing if not a master of timing, Eric.
This just in to the Action 3 newsroom. There's a dramatic new development in San Diego's classroom sex scandal.
Excuse me.
Authorities now suspect teacher Eugene Silas was selling sexually explicit photographs of his students to alleged pornographer Juan R. Cabrillo. Sheriff's deputies are converging on Cabrillo's Point Loma residence at this hour. Action 3 News is en route to the scene for a live report.
What is so funny?
They recognize the name.
What name?
Juan R. Cabrillo, the notorious pornographer. They know him better as the discoverer of San Diego. They picnic around his monument out at Point Loma.
Cheap trick, Frank. Beneath you.
Yeah, you're probably right. But the urge to make you answer to someone finally got to me.
You've only embarrassed yourself. I'll tell them you and your DA friend deliberately fooled me.
No, you won't. Because first of all, you'd have to explain your eavesdropping method of news gathering. And then you'd have to explain why neither you nor your new anchor lady know anything about the city's history. And finally, Eric, you'd have to admit your failure to double-check your sources. You'll think of something, though. Good luck.
What do you think you've accomplished here? You haven't hurt me. If I left this station tonight, I'd have 6 job offers by tomorrow.
I know.
What then? You want an apology? You don't make mistakes, you're not trying hard enough. That's the price of a free press. You hear me, Frank? You take us as we come, blemishes and all. You've got no other choice.
Eric, Ben Dryling, KSX News. Can I ask you a few questions?